Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, Dominica's agriculture, education and health sectors to receive assistance under a $120 million EC assistance package from China. A successful Creole festival on the weekend is seen as proof that Dominica is once more open for business. And a call for greater police involvement in making sure the country keeps its clean and green status. The details of the news coming up.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
First up in the news, Prime Minister Skerrit and Chinese Ambassador Lu Kun signed a new aid package on Monday to provide additional support for Dominica's post-Hurricane Maria recovery efforts. The $120 million EC agreement covers education, agriculture, health and construction of a new police headquarters. The same architectural designs used in the Newtown School will be used in the construction of a number of other schools under this new agreement.
We'll be constructing a new Goodwill Secondary School, a new Thibault Primary School, Calibishi Primary School, Bellevue Chopin extension, because we're now going to have a few hundreds of people moving to Bellevue Chopin in one of the most expansive, well, it's like a hotel up there, really. It's a housing thing, 5-star hotel development at Bellevue Chopin. To cater for the students from Petit Savan who will be moving to Bellevue Chopin. The Tetmon Primary School and the Sineku Primary School. So these schools will be financed with funds from the government of China.
China's ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Lu Kun, says this agreement is China's quick and strong support to Dominica's recovery and rebuilding efforts following the ravages of Hurricane Maria.
Last year, this beautiful island suffered the most devastating and catastrophic hurricane in history, by which public infrastructure was severely impacted and many citizens were displaced. The Chinese government and the people feel strong empathy for what Dominicans have experienced and support Dominica's post-hurricane reconstruction in a comprehensive manner.
Part of the funds will go towards the construction of the second phase of the new hospital and training for health professionals.
So the second phase will include, among other things, a helicopter pad that will be able to pick up patients at the new hospital and transfer these patients to a hospital overseas who require this help. Because the challenge you have is that you have to transfer patient to Douglas Charles sometime or Canefield, and some patients are not able to drive any distance, and therefore we will have this helicopter pad.
Agriculture will benefit in terms of local exposure to advanced technology, including tissue culture and farming in the context of climate change. Night one of the 20th edition of the World Creole Music Festival started off with a bang before an appreciative crowd.
The new feature, Haley Hooray, was introduced this year to showcase a historic presentation of Dominica's people, culture and music. Haley Hooray started off the festival with performances from the likes of Tradibel, the Petit Savan Cultural Group and the Paybush Drummers, among others. Following Haley Hooray was the first serenade band from Point Michelle. First Serenade was awarded the Services Medal of Honor back in 2015 for their contribution to the music industry in Dominica, and they took to the stage in a well-executed performance which showcased their experience of 34 years in the business. The second act on stage was Nouvelle Génération Haitian Compa Band, Class. Next on stage was the legendary Casa from Martinique, which is also celebrating 40 years of putting out hit after hit of Zouk music. Casa pulled a massive crowd to its feet as the people came in their numbers to also celebrate 40 years of independence with Dominica. The festival then took on the Afrobeats genre with the performance of Yemi Alade from Nigeria, who added her unique flavor to the WCMF. The beat turned around again when Jamaican DJ, singer and songwriter Movado, who is also one of the biggest dancehall artists, took to the stage. And the show closed down with one of the top booyah bands in the country, the Triple K Band, rendering yet another world-class performance.
Night 2 of the Creole Festival, which normally draws the largest crowd, opened up with a second and final part of Hele Hooray.
Those groups were followed by Martinican pop band Marse Tumpak. The band uses traditional and modern elements of music to give it its unique style. Former Karimi band member Richard Carve and his new band Kai were up next on the stage. The French-based music continued when the Zouk All-Stars featuring Jean-Marc Ferdinand, Stéphane Ravoux, Orlan and Frankie Vincent had their stint on the big stage. The genre then returned to Dominica as midnight groovers from the country's cultural capital, Grand Bay, then took to the stage. Another performer from Grand Bay then had his turn on stage, but with a different genre, as Prince of Buyo, Asa Banton, delivered yet another high-energy, exceptional performance. To close down night 2 was Soca King out of Trinidad and Tobago, Marshall Montano, who gave the impressive audience a heart-pumping, fast-paced 80 minutes on stage.
And the World Creole Music Festival ended on a high note in the wee hours of Monday morning following a series of spectacular performances.
Sunday's event started off with the 8-year-old Signal Band, well known for their Buyo mega hit this year, Annie Bayo Love. Next on the lineup was the oldest dance band in Dominica, 59-year-old Swinging Stars with 2 Calypso Monarchs as the lead singers. Following the Swinging Stars was Haitian compa legend Sweet Mickey. Much to the shock and dismay of the audience, Mickey's performance was littered with profanity, which he sought to justify during a press conference after his stint on stage.
I was me tonight. I was how I feel. I was who I am. So I'm happy about my performance. Of course, we are living in a world where we consider this world today as a village. And we wish that everybody liked what we do. But it will never be like that. Some people, somehow, you will always find people who don't like what you do. So sorry about those who didn't like it. But I won't retract. If I have to go back on stage, I'll be the same.
Things got back on track with Mizikanu All-Stars when they rolled back the years performing their huge hits of 19 years ago. The Mizikanu All-Stars consist of Cornell Phillip, Michael Henderson, Martindale Olive, and Elijah Benoit, who was absent. However, Carlin XP stepped in and did a superb job with the band. Reggae superstar Chronix from Jamaica was up next and had the crowd chanting along to lyrics of his music. And wrapping up night 3 of the 20th edition of the World Creole Music Festival was Kes the Band from Trinidad with another energetic, crowd-engaging soca performance.
Meantime, Prime Minister Skerrit says the hosting of this year's World Creole Music Festival is further proof to the world that Dominica is ready and open for business. He made the remarks while talking to the media during the third and final night of the festival. Skerrit says the large crowds demonstrate the support being given to Dominica on its path to recovery.
We're on the road again as a country. We were affected dramatically by the hurricane, but we're not down anymore. We're rising and we're making movements, and we're on the move and on the road again. And of course, we know that the Caribbean community, the international community stood shoulder to shoulder with us after the hurricane, and they're still standing with us today. And I know that they wanted to express in a tangible and further practical manner their commitment to Dominica. That's why you've seen thousands of our benefactors here tonight, over the weekend, last weekend, to say that, look, we're with you, we're here to support you, we're here to spend money in Dominica to help you build the world's first climate resilient country. So the festival was important.
The Prime Minister says it was important to host this year's festival in spite of the financial constraints.
I know that there's some saying, well, look, you have very limited money, why are you spending money on this festival? It is not entertainment for ourselves alone, it is for the world. And for us to make money, we must spend some. And it's a way of promoting our island, promoting our tourism product, and sharing the world our cultural heritage. It's important to recovery process. I mean, every hotel room is occupied, every guest house room is occupied. There are several private people who have made their homes available, rented. Every car, every rental is occupied there, is rented out. The restaurants are open longer hours. You know, it has been a tremendous positive impact on the economy, and we need it more now than ever before. Every single dollar is important to us, and we need every single dollar we can get to help us build this country.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more news after the break.
M&J Covering is the producer of designed galvanized and galvalume in Dominica. They design to your specifications, color and length, 4 styles of galvanized and galvalume pre-painted roofing sheets as requested, and supply all your galvalume accessories. M&J Covering helps you control spending and reduce waste. At M&J Covering, they are also equipped to build your roof to precise standards anywhere on island. So come to M&J Covering at 1 Mile in Portsmouth or call 445-5001 275-5003 today.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps là ou ka ni sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka exposer tout partenaire au poison et que tant ki ka vini avec maladie. Servi yo condom chaque fois ou ka ni sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pren responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aider de bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
Thank you for staying with us. Member of Parliament for Roseau Central, Honorable Joseph Isaac, has issued a fresh call for a clean environment and urges the police to play their part in that effort. Speaking at Market Day with a Difference on Saturday, Mr. Isaac, who also is Minister for Urban Renewal, called for renewed focus on the issue of cleanliness in and outside of the city. He said it was alarming that there were individuals involved in practices which were not in the best interest of the environment.
The police need to play their part. So I'm calling on the Commissioner of Police. Forget politics, forget it. Let us focus on the development of our country. If we could do only one thing after the recovery process, after Hurricane Maria and Tropical Storm Erika, is to ensure that our country is clean for our sake, not just for tourists.
Isaac also mentioned government's master plan to transform real estate in Roseau as part of an effort to build a more climate-resilient city.
Your government, this administration, has a vision for Roseau. It's a vision which involves the focusing on the Roseau city as a climate-resilient smart city for the Caribbean, a leading one for the Caribbean. This vision includes, but is not limited to, the completion of river rolls in Roseau, which has already started. This is to protect us from the risk of flooding. It also involves something we term the Roseau Road Reinstatement Project, which involves the running of utility lines underground in key main streets and side lanes. The development of the sidewalk of the side lanes. This there is earmarked. The government has already negotiated with some of the private sector companies to ensure the implementation before the end of the year.
And a renewed commitment to the People's Republic of China that it can rely on the Roosevelt-Skerrit administration. Speaking at the signing of a $120 million EC assistance package on Monday, Prime Minister Skerrit sought to address critics' concerns about China's intentions or its relationship with Caribbean countries, including Dominica.
I can say to you, as the Prime Minister of this country and one who would have had the most direct contact with China, that there is really nothing that Dominica has to do to China, besides its friendship and its solidarity when it requires that solidarity, whether it's a natural disaster or China may need support or for candidacy on an international organization. China has not made any undue demands on Dominica. China has not sought to, as some others have done, impose its will on Dominica. What China has been doing is every step of the way assisting this country with its economic and social and economic development.
The Prime Minister says every citizen of this country has benefited from the generosity of the Chinese government and therefore has an obligation to be grateful.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, galvanized and fenced pipe. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. Dominica's agriculture, education and health sectors to receive assistance under a $120 million EC assistance package from China. A successful Creole festival on the weekend seen as proof that Dominica is once more open for business. And a call for greater police involvement in making sure the country keeps its clean and green image. Feel free to contact us at news@mapping2k4.com. You can access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.